Welcome to Set the Trend, the Carnival special. Looking forward to this podcast with our host today, my fellow host, Mr. East Ender. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. All is well. And, Notting Hill Carnival. It's not just a carnival, it's Notting Hill Carnival.
The biggest street carnival in Europe. Got to put some respect on its name.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And also Reggie, Heavy Styles. How are you, sir?
All good, thank you. I'm all right,
Looking forward to this podcast?
100%. I love Carnival, It's been part of my life, all my life. So, looking forward to it.
Sound system or the bands?
Both. I've done float, I've done sound systems, I've done a lot of drinking and a lot of eating. And, the other stuff that you do at Carnival, which is... What? Wind up on something?
But we're going to talk to some of the real DJs now. This year is a tragic year in many respects because of the pandemic and because of coronavirus. So this year, everything has had to change. People have had to think about the box. Notting Hill Carnival has moved online. So it's a virtual online carnival for 3 days, happening over Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Today, we definitely talk to 3 unsung heroes of Carnival, 3 sounds that have been prolific in entertaining and playing music over the last 20 to 30 odd years, if not longer, in the Carnival. And we're going to talk to them today to talk about their stories and get out some of the nitty-gritty aspects of the sound system culture, which we thoroughly love on Set the Trend podcast. So, our first guest for Play, Major, one of the sound owners. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you, Ray.
It's just not you. You've got a few other guys in Foreplay.
Yeah, it's 5 of us. Angel, Baby M, Dave B, and Senator.
Sweet boy names.
Yes, very much so.
Welcome. Also, one of the generals of the dancehall scene for the UK, Gaffer Blue from Nasty Love is in the building.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Good to be here, Ray.
It's good. I think it's the first time that we're going to have this kind of conversation. Because you've been schooling me a little bit over the years, but now I'm just going to get some of those stories out of you today.
Right day today for it. Very nasty love.
And we have a legend in the building. Not to say that our other 2 gentlemen aren't legends, but there's legends, and we give legendary also status a bit more to some of the elder statesmen in the business because they've just done that bit more, and they kind of set the pathway for some of us to come and build upon. And one of those people is Gladdy Wax. He's not only a respected revival selector, but he's the master of the white glove. So you thought Michael Jackson. I think Gladdy was first. And if you've ever seen him playing a sound like you see him with his white gloves, welcome Gladdy Wax.
Thank you.
It's nice to have
good
you
to be here. Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah.
That's nice.
One of the things about Set the Trend podcast, Gladdy, is that we try and tell some of those untold stories that don't usually get to be told.
Okay.
And they're held within our own little circle of friends and family and don't get untold. So today we hope that you'll let out some of those gems that you've got there.
Okay.
When you hear that you're playing at Carnival, when the contract gets signed, I don't know how it's done, and you get the tick to say, yes, I'm going to be at Carnival.
Yeah.
What's the first thing for you that you think about?
Well, the relief. I'm relieved. Well, it's on, and I'm going to play. So, what do I think about first? The selection I'm going to play, I suppose.
Okay. Right, but then you're already planning.
So when does that letter come through to say that you're playing it? Is it 2 months before Carnival Day? Is it 6 months?
No, playing in Carnival, you become a part of BASS, B-A-S-S, the British Association of Sound Systems. Mm-hmm. So you join that, you're a member of that. So we have meetings throughout the year.
Okay.
And we have our people who liaise with the Carnival community. And we have representatives with the Notting Hill Carnival Board. So things trickle down as the year goes by, and we know that at the end of August, bank holiday, it's carnival time. So all the meetings lead up to that. And we know pretty well that we're going to play because being part of base, we're disciplined. So we follow all the rules. So we pay our fees and we expect to get in when carnival comes around.
But it's interesting.
So it's not a sudden thing.
It's not a sudden thing, but it's interesting when you say we follow all the rules.
Yeah.
That wasn't always the case for sound systems, though, wasn't it, back in the day?
No, again, base is a uniformed and an organized body. Before that, people used to just turn up where they like, find a spot, get some electricity, and plug in and play. And to midnight, and to 10 o'clock at night. Now it finishes at 7. All of that is discipline. Like
When did you first start playing at Carnival?
87, 88, 1988, something like that.
Wow.
Did you just turn up, or did you get an invite, official invite?
Well, I did turn up first. I used to walk and watch the floats. But my first time at Carnival wasn't as a static sound system. It was with the sound system, but I was on the floats.
Okay.
With one of the most well-known floats or soca bodies around, Smokey Joe.
Smokey Joe.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the BWIA float. I supported him. My sound system played with him.
And that was from when? What year was that? Did you start that?
That was about 87. 87, 88 again, because I did Smokey twice, and then I did, you've heard of the Feminine Touch,
Yep.
Queen of Soca. She used the sound also the following year. And then by the time it got to 3 or 4 years, I said to myself, I want to play just as a sound system. So I gave up the float. But the float for me was really Carnival. But
I mean, I'm intrigued to know, did they have different sound systems every year, or is it the same people who were playing on the float? Sorry, they have different floats at Carnival every year.
no, it's more or less the same teams.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they turn up. I don't know if any new people come in, but the main teams are always there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, once you're into Carnival, you don't leave.
You don't leave. Exactly.
Gaffer, when unruly, I don't want to say unruly back in the day, but when did Nasty Love get their spot there?
1990, Ray. Corville Terrace. But I wasn't there the first year. So
You got in straight away because Nasty Love came about.
Yeah, but I joined September that year. So I was in attendance and went there, but it was the year after when I played Carnival. It was 1990.
So the original, so who was
That was Slim Jim and Robert Allen selecting. The late great Robert Allen. So them who were the Carnival that year, 1990, and that's when it all kicked off and started.
And did they have the paperwork, or did they?
Yeah, they had the paperwork. Yeah, Robert had all the paperwork. The general, always in charge of everything. Robert Allen, as you know, Ray. Yeah. Robert in charge of everything. So everything runs smoothly with Robert.
So Colville Terrace, so the Carnival just gave that was a free spot at the time.
That was the spot on the other side. And then the year after, we went over to the other side, which is Corville Gardens on the other side. More room, the electricity.
So the space before is that where Rampage are now?
No, that was Rampage. Where they boarded it off, we was round that side, not where Rampage was. So we was there first, and then we come over to the other side. So, yeah, that was about 91.
And when you came onto that spot, what did you expect? Because obviously you've probably been attending Carnival anyway. But
yeah, because I played a sound. I've been playing Carnival from 1986, Ray, with a sound called Kilowatt.
All right, okay.
So I was a Kilowatt in 1986 with Dixie Peach and Colonel Mike and
Come
Francie.
on, Life and all those
Sort of
tunes,
things. So and those days
yeah.
it was live DJs mixing down and selecting. So I started from 1986 and then progressed to the Great Nasty Love 5 years later. But on that call, I remember I think it was 92, Ray. We had 4 turntables set up. You had Rap Master on one, then you had Leon on one, Jimmy selecting, me selecting, Robert holding the mic. History.
Wow.
4 turntables running, all for the whole day, Ray. Never to be, I don't think anybody's ever seen that feat.
So you only did it the once?
Only did it the once. Just the once and for all. Serious day.
Okay. Major, in terms of foreplay, you came to the Carnival in 94?
94, yeah.
94. So how did you get your spot? Was that legal or was that... Or
Yeah,
was
that was a
legal?
legal spot. I had a friend who worked on the council. Big props to Gary Malcolm. He said there were some spots available, and we applied for the spot, and we got the spot. 94, legal.
So we got 3 nice guys. We didn't get any of the unruly ones.
Yeah, the unruly ones.
So what made you want to go and play in Carnival?
I mean, to me, Carnival is part of my culture, my community, and something that I always went to. I attended, had a great time, and just to have that privilege to be able to, apply your wares out there in front of a crowd that you didn't pay to come up. They can decide if they want to rock with you, if they want to move on, or is this going to be their spot for years, was something that we couldn't turn down, really.
And what road are you currently on?
We're on West Row.
And you've always been on that?
Yeah, always been on there.
Just foreplay? Do you have guests?
We have guests, yeah. Like anything, we believe that you need to bring people through. So Super D plays, Pioneer plays. We have a few more people coming. Last year we had Sabrina came and did a guest spot for
Company,
us.
yeah.
Yeah, phone company, whatever. So, and we've had people like, we've had reggae artists, we've had Egypt doing guest spots, we've had
That's the
Kelly
garage
Rock,
artist.
Kelly
Sorry, UK
Rock.
Funky.
So, and even Shined came one year for New York.
Wow.
And did something, so.
Gaffer, you've had some artists pass through under Love as well in Carnival, haven't you?
We've had, General Levy, Sweetie, but we also had Shinehead pass through in the 80s with Kilowatt and Barrington Levy and Bonnie Lai. So, Carnival brings out that entertainment element, Ray.
What I like about what you do, on your Sunday night, you open it up to other DJs, other sounds, younger sounds.
Yeah, I kind of took a little sabbatical for a while, and then Robert continued the journey. So Fifth Avenue would come and play, Vibes FM would come and play. I think Tag Team, Galflex, Mighty, Blacker Pete, and kept that Carnival corner.
What was the reason? What was the thinking behind that?
Just give everybody a chance. But everybody wanted to play the Carnival. Everybody wanted to play Notting Hill Carnival, the buzz.
True.
And when you play a tune and you see the masses' hands go up,
Yeah.
you can't beat that. You can't beat that vibe for the day.
I remember I played Sir Lloyd one year at Carnival and I was carrying my 12-inch crate heading towards Nasty Love.
Do you remember that?
Of course. We used to play records. We used to play records.
Yeah.
Records.
And I remember standing up next to the Nasty Love sound. I think, was it George? Was it George? Yeah, I said, yes, my York, come play some tune. Because he remembers me from Supertime Records where I used to work. And he said, yeah, come play. And I've forgotten who it was. Somebody said, no, you're not ready to play. I think it might be, no, it wasn't Robert. It was somebody else.
Jimmy,
who was on the
probably.
sound system. Yeah. And I stood there for about an hour and a half waiting to play. Did I get to play? No.
No, but I remember that, carrying a record box through the crowd of how many hundreds of people there just to play your music. And as I said, some people were carrying the old milk crates with 12 inches and whatever else. Gladdy, have you had some guest DJs? Because in fact, I know you've had some guest DJs pass through in your set.
The first person who comes to mind is the late Duke Vin.
Legendary Duke Vin.
Yeah.
Legend.
It was a pleasure.
Legend.
A pleasure to have him as a guest. I've had David Katz, reggae historian, music journalist, and DJ himself, David Katz. I've had Frankie Paul on the mic, Dennis Bovell, and others. I've had Dennis as a DJ as well, as guest. Music journalist Mandingo. I've had him play 1 year, we invited him, and others.
I suppose those are special moments, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They are.
Can you remember what the vibe was like when somebody like Duke Vin was playing? Can you give us an idea of the kind of like atmosphere at the time? Was there like hundreds of people?
Yes, well, the crowd's always good. We're in a good spot, so.
What road are you on again?
Portobello Road.
Yeah.
Portobello
That's not
Road.
where I started, but that's where we grew. We've been there a long time now. Yeah, when Duke Vin, I put it around that he'd be there, so people who would want to hear him, veteran and the old sound men, as well as old music lovers, were true to form. They came and he started playing. He played for over an hour. It's always an hour minimum anyway for any. But if it's going, I'll just let them go. And Duke Vin played great. With Duke Vin, you just revere him. You just listen and watch and.
Selector.
Yes.
One of the original.
One of the original sound systems came from Jamaica, didn't he? The first sound
to
system.
set up a sound system in England from Jamaica.
And he is the blueprint, I suppose, that everybody follows him from. And he is the blueprint.
Yeah, man, it definitely is.
Blueprint. Everyone thinks that sound systems start from when they arrive on a Saturday and they see you string up playing some music. It actually starts from probably, I don't know, maybe 12 or 24 hours before when you're starting to load the track, get everything ready. What is a typical morning getting ready to go and set up like for you?
Well, we play on 2 days, Sunday and Monday, but we actually load the sound system up on Saturday. Well, in the last, say, 10 years, that's what we do. But before that, we actually used to load up on Sunday morning. Get up 4 o'clock in the morning, load up, travel up, unload, set up, and play. But after a while, it takes its toll.
You make it sound so easy. Get up, load.
Yeah,
It's much more than that, though.
youth is a marvelous thing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Yeah, we used to do it and take it down on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
And set it back up Monday
Do
morning.
you polish the boxes knowing that you can be presenting it on stage? You clean them up to make sure it looks grand and looks nice on Carnival
They get a
day.
little brush down.
But this is part of the story. It isn't just we get here. You have to
We give them a
clean
little
the
brush
brushes,
down,
make them
yes.
look good. Because
They're brushed as soon as they come away from the garage, the store,
yeah.
because they're dusty then.
Yes.
So you brush them up, you load up, and yeah. But in latter years, they stay up. We load up on Saturday. Sunday mornings, we just travel, drive, and set up a carnival.
And how much of that is a process? How many of you are helping set up your sound?
I must have one of the funniest crews any sound system has ever had. I ran it for, at one time, 15 years with just 2 people.
Wow.
2 people?
Myself and one other. The occasional friend would turn up at Carnival, knowing that we'd be there and help us. But in terms of a serious crew, 1 person and myself.
Gladdy, you should have been offering some more drinks, man. Get the box boys in.
So your typical sound section for all the anoraks for sound systems, how many sections or boxes would you have set up?
At Carnival?
Yeah.
Just 2.
Just 2 or 6 with mids and tops?
There's a standard, 6 mids and tops.
is that enough for you?
Yes, it is. It does the job. It does the job. Thank you.
I take it that's the similar thing for foreplay and nasty love as well.
Yeah, but I'm a bit of a superstar, so I don't really get to set up the sound more than so. So, but I have come there in the morning and been there at the garage and helped pack the sound and everything in the morning. So it's a Sunday morning thing for us back in the early days. So all of us would be at the garage packing up the sound Sunday morning and rolling down to Ladbroke Grove. But we could have started earlier. I think as soon as you string up, we just turn straight on about 11 o'clock or 9, whatever. Yeah, it was much earlier. But now there's a stipulation you only can turn on about midday.
So again, for you, how many sections?
Well, with the rockers, you had a big section of 8 in front of us, and a section of 6 at the side, and another section of 6 at the side. So a lot of power for the day. A lot of bass line dropping on the day out there, man.
When you're in that garage, Yeah, and you're getting ready. What kind of conversations are you guys having?
Right. It's a bit early in the morning, you know. Right, going, well, you know, maybe them days we might have been just playing a blues or something like that and wipe the matter out of our eyes.
Oh, so you just come from what blues we call a pie. We call a pie. Yeah,
and then get out to the carnival. So.
But what are you looking to do? Okay, so if you're turning up, if it's on the morning and you're going there, typical discussions, because sound systems are all about bravado, are all about throwing that challenge and gauntlet, always have to be more power, always have to sound better. You know what I'm saying to you? It's about that for us. That kind of competition mode, friendly competition that we have. For you, is there anybody that you're saying that I'm going to go there and we're going to make sure that we sound better than them, we're going to make sure we do better than that? Is those kind of conversations?
Not really, Ray. We just want to go there and sound good and throw a good selection and entertain the people in for the evening or for the whole day. There's nothing about, I can't really, once I get round there, I can't really walk round to Saxon or whoever visit them and see how they're sounding. We might get a little bit of feedback. They say, boy, they never sound too good that day they are. I went to the rock and sound like a champion for the 2 days there, man. You know what, them kind of thing there, Ray. But yeah.
But you notice that you always get that. You always get you've always got your friends or colleagues or someone who'll come, I just come from round the corner.
That's why. I'll be there Tobbies and but they are Channel One and
they've got this
and the man
up
don't set up yet. Yeah. We run a rockers and ask them and the man set up and I chew us up, chew around there. So yeah. That's that kind of banter.
That's healthy competition.
Was that the same for you guys, Major?
I mean, in the early days, we set up everything ourselves. Now, as we're getting a bit on a bit, like we hire the staging, hire the sound system in, so we don't have that hands-on to actually deal with that. But obviously, we've got other little things to do on the day. But it makes life a little bit easier. We do actually help break the set down at the end of the day. Those people that hang around, a lot of people disappear very quickly when it comes to time to breaking down the set somehow. I don't know why, but yeah.
Well, obviously.
Do that.
How many sections do you have?
We have 3.
3 or 6?
Yeah. Because we're right next to the main float route, so we get a lot of static a lot of noise from them, so we have to kind of keep the levels up.
So, I'm interested to know, when you say you're breaking down a sound system, have you either of you found anything outrageous inside the scoop bins at all?
No. We've had people try and run behind the back of the bins and use it as some WC facility.
Okay. What about that and some little gas canisters and all those sort of nonsense?
Right. Okay. Okay. So you don't have somebody who kind of like keeps an eye protecting the speaker boxes as security whilst you're on.
You might get the odd person who want to climb up to the top of the box and
you wait for them to get off.
Tell them to get off. Yeah. Why I don't know, Ray, but they want to climb on top of the box and
that might be alcohol too.
I don't know why.
Do you know what's interesting? When you guys said about stringing down the sounds, I noticed lately at Carnival, some sound systems they almost have a night watchman who's with the sound overnight, so you don't string it down again Sunday night to Monday morning. It's just there, and you've got someone who's just watching the sound.
Sleeps
there.
in the van.
Andrew would sleep. Andrew and his son would sleep over. Would stay over.
But that makes sense, doesn't it?
Instead of taking the sound down, they'd stay over.
Was that always the case, or did some sounds used to string down?
Some used to string down, but most sounds I reckon may stay over if you're there for 2 days. Yeah. If you're there for 2 days.
Okay. Wow. Wow, interesting.
So, going back, when we're looking at the music, Gladdy, what kind of music do you predominantly play when you're on your corner?
My corner, we play ska. Jamaican ska, dominant sounds, Jamaica, early to mid 60s. And we play rocksteady, late 60s. And we play reggae, like your 69, the reggae, when reggae was a dance craze. That kind of sound. I don't know if you know the difference.
So what kind of artists could we expect to hear if we was hearing some of that reggae in your selection?
You could hear the Melodians, Alton Ellis, the Kingstonians, Rudy Mills, people like that.
I see you smiling when you say that.
The real deal.
You play Vinyl
Yes, all the time.
all the time. And,
Large percentage of the time.
and at Carnival you play vinyl with the white gloves on.
Yes,
So
definitely.
what's the story behind the white gloves?
Why
It's
did
just
Michael Jackson take it from you? That's what
Because he's smart, I suppose. It's just to protect the records, so you don't soil them. And instead of going for a cleaner to clean, I just use the back of the glove sometimes because it's real clean and soft.
So your
So
records
it's just
are
a little
immaculate
quick
condition.
I try to keep them that way. They're not all are, but I try to keep them that way.
So you had your own personal.
And then people fell in love with this white glove, so I keep doing it. People start saying, "Oh, the white glove." So I do it showmanship in the end.
Did any of you guys have any gimmicks or any, dresses or stuff that you would do as part of Nasty Love or Foreplay?
No gimmicks, really.
Okay, so
No.
you didn't have no ladies skinning out.
You know, bust two skank and
Boss too, but it's all about selecting.
Because I know Nasty Love was always renowned for ladies, so I would have expected you to have the
Always a set of girls maybe whining at the
Okay.
at the front of the sound and
Gaffer, we love you.
bawling out for Robert.
What music do you predominantly play now?
Now, in 2020,
Yeah.
well, I play a bit of everything, Ray. Like on a Sunday, I'll take them on a musical journey and play some rock steady, ska, contemporary music of.
So what type of artist would you be playing on a Sunday?
Oh, I might be playing Twinkle Brothers, Gregory Isaacs, Tommy McCook, Prince Buster, some studio one like Michigan and Smiley, give him a Michigan. And I also used to do a Rice and Peas segment like Eric Donaldson, some Iroy, some Jimmy London. So it's a musical journey on a Sunday. And then maybe a little later we'll bring it up to speed a little bit. So that you may get you'll get your chronics and whoever's featuring at the time, and you get some specials. We're all known for a special, and then we let the younger generation who run Nasty Love play for the last half an hour. Because there's a new generation of Nasty Love.
Wicked.
And then on the Mondays predominantly.
On the Mondays, predominantly dancehall.
Yeah.
So you can expect to hear your artists such as.
Yeah, as you know, it's Movado, Cartel, Popcorn, you name. But I don't really take part on the Monday very often. I leave it to the younger generation.
Okay, you do, but give me the one artist that you will always remember Carnival for and Nasty Love playing at a particular time. There must have been at least one artist that absolutely.
Well, original Nasty Love days, right? From the 90s, come up was like General Levy, Cutty Ranks, The Bomber, Admiral Bailey, Nasty Love.
Talking about your customized specials.
Those are proper anthems. Panhead, Caperton, #1 on the Look Good chart. Tear down the Carnival.
I'm going to make you think for a little while. So this year's Carnival,
This year's Carnival.
5 Carnival bangers for this year.
For this year,
Yeah. That
Go.
you're thinking of playing on the set. That's including some new stuff and the old stuff.
well, the old stuff, I made 5.
Come on. I know you can do it.
So Gladdy, get your thinking hat on because we're coming to
All
you
right.
too.
Buju Banton, which we have a sort of like a mixed dubplate, Untold Stories on the Natural Mystic. That would have to play. Chronics, Here Comes Trouble. Anthem,
Selector.
Selector. Kind of got me there, mate.
But difficult, isn't it?
Bit difficult, because to right about now in this time, it's hard to judge the bangers, Ray.
But as the
And
top
listen.
selector, you've got 2,000, 3,000 people in front of you.
Well, my thing playing is not too much. I don't play too much dancehall,
Just name the 5 bangers.
You know what I mean? I don't play any dancehall, really
What's
and
going to make
truly.
those people scream and push their hand up in the air?
Well, I may play Barrington Levi, Under My Sensi.
Is coffee still credible?
Coffee's credible, but I would, you know what I mean? I leave that to the younger generation, you know, who can deal with that. Dennis Brown, Don't Want to Be No General, Black Yuru.
Okay, that's gone. You've gone past 5.
All right, we got 5. We got 5.
I can. You want me to? Yeah, that's my.
That's your. That's you.
That's me. That's me. That's my identity.
Foreplay.
Top flights.
What are you looking forward to playing at this year's Carnival?
I mean, we deal with anthems over the years, so I would think UK Apache, Original Nutter, definitely going to get a job. We always play Sticky, Miss Dynamite, you know, Boo. That's always big. As you said, General Levy, incredible. That is definitely something that gets played. A big Afrobeat track, and there's something funky, something really funky, house and garage that's going up. Super D's new track definitely would be one of them.
Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens would definitely be featured.
You know, I'm interested to know, do you guys, when you're playing your sound system, is there any tactics in regards to when you play a particular style of music at all? You know, obviously you all play different styles apart from Gladdy, obviously keeping it real. Would you play jungle at a particular time?
No, but I actually think that Gladdy would say...
Gladdy Wax is not going to be
No,
Ronnie Size represent, is he?
We're going to come to that.
Ronnie Size represent.
No.
He ain't going to play that, is he? Or Egypt in the morning.
Well, no, he's going to...
No.
Exactly.
Well, no, he's not going to be there.
Yeah. So I'm just
Is there any
interested.
format to the way
No,
you play,
because I
or do you just
wouldn't.
play tunes, Gladdy?
Huh?
On the day, do you just play to the crowd, or do you have a format that you work to? So you say...
To the crowd, like, yeah, there's a format. I mean, we try to give them a bit of everything. Some ska, some rocksteady, some roots reggae, and even I like the modern roots reggae, the Sizzlers and the Chronics. Because Chronics is one of my number one, if you were going to ask me about 5.
Yep, so I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
Shall I do it now before
Yes,
I
you
forget?
do. While it's in your head, yes. The 5, what you think, yes.
Skanking Sweet,
Okay, nice.
Chronics, and Chronics with Protege.
Yes.
Do you know which one I mean?
You're talking
Chilling
about...
in the West Indies.
Yes.
Who knows?
Who knows, yes.
Yeah. And Sizzler, Can't Keep a Good Man Down. Those are bangers for me.
Okay, and they're kind of current, considering you
Yes.
said Rocksteady, Star, and you name all those
Well,
vintage
I was
artists.
stopped before I went straight through, but we do play everything old and new, but mostly old, you know, because that's the
Yeah, on the
fun we
reggae
have.
front. Yeah.
But we like to stay at the front as well, at the edge.
Yes.
Because we're playing vinyl, and people are expecting, if you're playing vinyl, you're playing old.
But there's
But
new
we have the
vinyl too.
latest Barry Zaman on vinyl,
Yeah,
the
the
latest
press,
on
yeah,
vinyl, you
the
know?
press, yeah.
Chronics on vinyl.
Yes.
I said Sizzler, Can't
Keeping
Keep
it
a Good Man
authentic.
Down.
I like it.
Where do you still get vinyl? Okay, but if you're playing the newer vinyl, so you make sure you still source vinyl music
Yeah.
to play.
You can get them online.
Yeah, people still release a lot of
Limited, but you can get them.
So
And
those-
companies still send promos.
The
anyway.
Skanking Sweet and all those things are on vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah.
On vinyl, likes.
He ain't been in a record shop for a long time.
Maestro Records.
You know, most of the lot of the top tunes are
Yeah.
still can be got on 7-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it authentic. Carnival's been going for 54 years. Sound systems, I think, officially got introduced to Carnival in 1973. So we know what Carnival's brought to us. What have you brought to Carnival?
My music, I suppose. My music. Like promoting the music I love to people. I mean, that's the main thing. And a good sound system, which enhances everything. It enhances what you hear. It enhances how you dance, how you listen, how you appreciate. So a good sound system and great music.
And you see, I think another thing that I think that you could add to that pot is, I think it keeps you young, Gladdy, because no one around this table is that young, but everybody is talking young because of the love of
The music.
The music.
Yeah, people say that. The music keeps you young. Good tonic.
Good. Nasty. What have you brought to the carnival?
To the carnival, we like a slightly different element of Nasty Rockers, Nasty Rock. You know, we're predominantly known as a dancehall sound, so I've sort of changed it a little bit, Ray, and played a different selection and met the people. I have some ladies who come every single year, about 5 of them, you know, stand right in front of me and appreciate the selection that we play. So it's about musical appreciation, and as Gladys said, the sound has to sound good, and we never used to sound too good in the early days, but you see now, you know, the most important thing is your sound sounding good, so the music can come over.
Yeah,
and that's a big thing for me as well. So sounding good, playing good music, and entertaining the people in front of you, and having a good time.
Standing crisp.
How many friends have you met that you don't know, but as far as you're concerned, they're friends? Because every year they come to you and they talk to you like they know you.
Countless. Hand get shit, picture get tech, you name it. Quite a few, a good amount. And you know, we're people's people, and having a sound system, you have to be a people's person. You have to be people's people, you know.
Yeah, well said.
And when you're playing music, you know, you can't be boring or standing up. You got to be holding a vibe, so the crowd holds the vibes with you. You can't be standing still and playing music, you know, East End. You got to be moving and raving, and that's important.
Yeah, otherwise they don't.
They don't move. They walk away and go somewhere else.
I'm sure you've had that too, Major. Like somebody say, "You're all right, Mia Joe. What's going on, man? What's going on with
Yes, Reggie. We've had those loved up conversations with a bit of alcohol. Yeah, definitely.
Is that where you're from then?
But sometimes it's not even just alcohol, it's just people, because the carnival is full of different cultures. You know, it's one thing that people come for the love of soca music, reggae music, Caribbean music, you know, and they come there and they all seem to just fall in love with what we do. You know what I mean? And it's just, and you know, and it's like they want to be part of it. I think they're getting the authentic music from it. You know, it's not something that's commercialized. It's not your commercialized DJs that they hear about. It is the authentic DJs, some of who put a lot of groundwork into promoting the music, getting the music noticed, getting the artist noticed. And that's maybe one of the things of Carnival that you're happy that you've brought through in terms of tunes, in terms of music.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I love Carnival. I used to go to Carnival, you know, just for the sake of being in Carnival, and have the privilege now to play at Carnival and carry the baton on. And that's why we've got a lot of the younger guys from our area involved in it. So we want them to appreciate it and get a platform that they can move on and better their careers. So it's always been a privilege to play at Carnival. Bring your energy, bring your vibes, bring your flavour. And as I said, it's all about love and having a good time.
And there's one element of Carnival which I always find fascinating. You're playing a sound system, the road is rammed, everybody's going crazy. Your selector plays a tune that just drops. But in the wrong way. It is a stinker of a record. Everybody starts slowly going, leaving your sound system. What's it like to be a selector on the sound, and all of a sudden you see people leaving en masse? I'm sure you've all experienced it, or maybe that's just me.
Superstar DJs, no way. It hasn't happened to you.
Everybody's
guys.
had it. Come on.
Well, I'm glad you said
Come on. I've seen it happen.
This is the cream of the crop we got here.
I know,
But I've seen it
I haven't
happen.
gone through that, East Ender.
Aye, don't want to admit.
No way. We keep that crowd fixated on us and keep that energy going. Don't really get it. It's an energy thing, you know. Playing, and you know, selecting music is an art.
100%.
It's an art, you know. It's not a thing you can pick up off of the road and say, well, you're going to put two tunes together, you know. It's an art and a skill you have had to learn for years and years.
I do apologise if I disrespected
thin out.
you.
It can thin out.
You see,
that's a good
yeah.
question. Yeah, it can thin out. I've seen it thin out. But it doesn't get as desperate as it would do like in a nightclub situation.
Because there's so much people there.
Yeah, there's still
Still people
that's
there,
right,
yeah.
still a vibe.
You don't get
But I know what you mean, yeah.
So I'm dispersed. Yeah.
Has that happened to you, Auckland?
I mean, early days it was quiet. When we first set up, it was pretty quiet. It was usually more an afternoon flow than an early, late afternoon flow more than a thing. But I think that's where we're kind of situated. But you kind of learn and appreciate where you're playing and how to maximize your position at Carnival. So we kind of know that, people want to move around, see the float, see certain things, and afterwards they're going to come
back.
come and bubble up with us.
I can do the opposite to that as well.
Exactly. Build out.
Make the
Yeah,
make it
I'm
tight.
interested. How do you build up an audience as a sound system at Carnival with so many people going back and forth? You catch that 2 or 3 people.
That's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
When you're just starting off and the crowd is building and you just see them stopping and nodding and you're gradually through the day you're building up that audience with you and that is a nice feeling. Then you see the whole road is full up.
Yeah.
Steadily for the day.
Okay, so here what I'm going to ask, and this is a proper Sandman question. Yeah.
You trying to say I'm not a soundman?
From a soundman or to a soundman?
No, it's a Sandman to a Sandman, an ex-Sandman, should I say, to a Sandman, but I'm still a Sandman lover. I love sound systems. Have any of you ever popped down in Carnival? And by pop down, just in case people don't know what we classify as pop down, has a sound ever broken down? Have you ever had a technical, you stopped playing music, you had to go back out and sort out where the fault was? Major?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, there's some hot days out there, so
So what happens?
Equipment. What happens? You sort the fault out. I don't think we've ever not played a whole day. I know sounds that have not played a whole day.
Strung up.
You know what I mean? Strung out and they couldn't play it for a whole day. Don't think that's ever happened to us.
Wow.
What
But
sound was that?
we've had but we never had that problem before. But we've had slow starts, we've had little technicals, but
How does it feel when you got maybe 500, 1,000 people in front of you and then...
Well, they move quickly.
That's about the only time you might get a dispersed rate, when the sound does break down and you got to go and sort it out. But we've always played for the day, but we've had a few technical issues.
And how long have you not been playing? Like when you do break down, how long?
Could be about half an hour.
Does it feel like 2 hours?
It feels like a very long time.
Yeah.
Extremely long time. And you got to start all over again and get the road built up again. So yeah, it does happen.
Yeah, I've had that twice, I think I can count. But it doesn't, it's not part of my thing to break down and not play. No, really. For you to not play, it would mean you've lost your source, like no electricity, or if you have only one preamplifier and it goes, and you don't have, say, a mixer. So, but everything we have we have in more than one.
Okay.
So we can jump. If one speaker blow, we play on, you don't even know. Sometimes I finish Carnival damaging 4 speakers and not realize. There's so much of it. You jettison whatever is bad and keep playing. You couldn't do that in a clash. In a clash, you have to be up to par. But at Carnival, you can, because no one really notices the loss of 1 or 2 or 3 speakers. But I remember one year I had this bad sound coming through, this hum. Couldn't sort it out. It took nearly a couple of hours. That was very long. Just at the beginning as well, like between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock. It was really troublesome sound, and in the end it was a lead.
Normally it is.
It was amazing, but often I just think I will always know where the problem is. You understand? It's not like the old days when you didn't know anything. I've been around long enough. So.
And would you guys go to another sound to get a bit of help if you broke down or a bit of advice, or would you just work it out yourself?
Work it out. We've got good technicians.
Work it out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had people come and ask us for stuff.
Once you know it, it's, I don't know, it's principles, isn't it? And stages. You have a turntable, your preamp or your mixer, your speakers, and your effects. So you trace it and find out where it's coming from. It's not, to me, it's not that hard.
Do you play with 2 turntables or 1 turntable? Like he mentioned 4 turntables when he first started. Or you 2 or you're what? 2. You're 2. Okay.
With about 5,000 extra needles, just in case.
Yeah. Just in case. Yeah.
Just to quickly touch on the finance bit of it, everyone, I don't know if people even realise how sound systems are expensive in order to keep up in terms of buying new equipment, in terms of always trying to be better than you probably were playing before. Mm-hmm. Is that something, because you don't really get paid to play at Carnival, do you? So it is really out of love for the music and for the Carnival itself and for your people and your community why you go there. Is that often a source of maybe contention that a big sponsor doesn't come in and sponsor the carnivals to help the Carnival be able to help the sounds like yourself and and all the other people who come there and put in a lot of work?
Sponsoring, very rare.
We've never been sponsored.
I've been sponsored. And honest guess, I think 4 times in all the years I've been there. Shall I say who sponsored me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I was sponsored by Haringey Council once.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Through, not directly through them, but through one of their agents. The work was for them. The representation was for Haringey Council for, I think, homeless children.
Mm-hmm.
I flew a banner. And I was sponsored twice by a reggae festival from Belgium, Reggae Giel. They sponsored me recently, the last 2 years. And who else? Did I say 4?
Haringey, Belgium, twice.
Someone else, if you come back to me, I'll remember. About, like I said, it's about 4, but I know for years, like nothing. So sponsoring is not something that comes up to my mind often.
And is it important to you? If you
One year
I
got sponsored by Boiler Room.
The Boiler Room, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that was for their centenary.
They did their live.
Yeah, but do you think it's something that, that they're missing a trick on, sponsors, not sponsoring some of the sounds systems there?
Yeah.
Sorry, people get sponsoring. I mean, if I had a team to seek, someone who could seek sponsoring, but I'm too busy, I don't get involved in doing that. But if you have a team to, do your application and things, you can get sponsoring, because Carnival has a big crowd to advertise your product.
And if you're listening to this, you've got a brand, make sure you sponsor. Gladdy Wax will play, these guys keep it going.
Who I've betrayed now, who haven't mentioned the sponsor.
We'll come back to that.
But I mean, back in the day, I mean, when Claire was in charge, when Claire Holder was in charge, there was major sponsors.
That was an appearance fee.
For the whole Carnival, that setup. So Carnival in the whole got sponsored. I think Virgin sponsored it one year. The whole Carnival sponsored some things.
Individual sounds being sponsored.
And
Well, both really.
but and I'm saying that I think together, if they did it that way, maybe that money would trickle down to everybody, because
it was better in those days.
Yes,
you had an appearance fee at least.
Yes.
Okay, so that's now changed, where you have to be responsible for raising all the finances for setting up and stuff like that.
Even then you did, because what we got then still didn't take care of all your expenses.
Right.
But it was appreciated. It was a good gesture.
Did you find a lot of kind of like resistance? Because obviously you've got a lot of people at Carnival, like the Rampages and people like that, who tend to get a lot of media coverage, and it's a lot. Even they find it hard to get sponsors sometimes to sponsor their sound system. For you guys, for instance, Gaffer, you said that you've never been sponsored.
Maybe the Boiler Room one year. That's really about it.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Really
finally
remember.
Trojan did sponsor me last year.
Trojan Records.
Okay.
Yeah, Trojan Records.
And maybe in the times of Robert, which I don't know, but never really had any sort of sponsor at all.
Why do you think that is? There's so many brands. It's such a great opportunity. You've got 1 million people on the streets.
Again, we haven't got the manpower to seek all that out.
Right.
Yeah, because you got to be.
Yeah, but shouldn't a brand see an opportunity, and so there's some marketing officer, some brand officer there that's seen an opportunity to say, well, we can get our product over, our message over for
Not
our
seen-
company?
Not seen it, right? Not seen it.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause-
there's meant to be money for sound systems through the Arts Council anyway, but it's still, you need a team to get together.
How do you think you could kind of like sell the brand of sound system to these companies? Like going forward, how would you sell something like your sound system to say, right, okay, this is what we can bring to the table if you align your brand with us? Is that maybe one of the reasons why they just haven't seen that vision yet?
No, I mean, we've tried it. We've had, agencies involved. We've done it ourselves. We've did a whole site map showing where they could be advertising, could be prospects could have, you could have with, even with different smaller brands. We've tried it, and we've, it's always been that close, and they've pulled out at the end.
Wow.
Did you want to ask you on the back of that? This year with George Floyd killing and Black Lives Matter, how do you think, first of all, you should represent that? And how do you think Carnival should represent that movement as well as this year?
That's a very good
In
question.
things like those, I'd rather to lead than to follow. I have my own views on things like that, and I don't see it as something I would chuck in to a commercial event. I'd probably just stay away and just be Carnival just the same.
It's a platform. And a platform is always important, but you have to portray the right message and speak to the crowd, and it's a platform, and if you've got a platform, it's good to speak on that platform, and if it's positive, you got to be speaking positively. So I would speak out, Ray, and it's a platform for the sound system, and the sound system is a platform for all of us. There comes a time when we have to stand firm and be counted.
I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, if you've got an
if you've got a
event
platform
where you've got a multitude of cultures and you are
Online
portraying
Online this year.
and you're pushing black culture, people have
this
got to
cannot
understand.
be put under the carpet at
Yeah.
all. No way at all. So it's a platform. I speak up.
And music has always been the black voice of struggle anyway.
And, the reggae music carries the right serious message.
For that,
Serious message in the
I
music.
suppose that's how I might do it. Hint.
The
through
message is in the
Music,
music.
in the music,
Absolutely.
which is important.
Major?
I think Carnival's always had its finger on the pulse. I mean, Grenfell, the
that's
moment
another-
of silence and
yeah.
things and stuff
Let's
that
not
they
forget
do.
that.
So I think, again, exactly what Gaffer was saying. I mean, you talk to your crowd, you talk to the people that come regularly to you, and while you're entertaining them, you're educating them at the same time.
That's the name of the game.
So you reckon Carnival has definitely helped with the social change and culture from what it was intended to be, which was to bring people together. Do you feel it does that now? And do you feel that, having these million people on the streets of Notting Hill is a positive thing that it's managed to achieve from what it was supposed to be in the beginning?
Definitely.
Definitely.
I think so. Definitely. Yeah.
When you look at your audience, you have all colours in front of you.
Doing the same thing.
You
Moving to the
moving
same
to the
groove.
music.
Yeah.
Some might be out of timing, but they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
They're just enjoying the food, the whole aspect of the whole carnival. It's true.
Reggie's just there for the food.
We're just here to pull up in belly.
That was the timing part.
Tucky in the belly.
That's funny. It's the timing part. That's what it was.
And it's quite interesting
Because I've seen it.
what you just said there, Gaffer, about it. Because, I mean, when we first started, we just came as a sound system. Now we have a bar and a food stall next to us. So it's opened up opportunities for other people along the way.
So go on.
This year, obviously, Carnival's online. Normally, it's on the streets of West London. Would you guys ever want to see it in a park, be moved from the streets of West London into a park?
In a word,
If I can still play my sound, I don't mind where it is.
You don't mind?
No, it's got to stay
You
on the
wouldn't-
road. Traditional carnival. No, can't move it to no park.
No part.
None whatsoever.
Okay, so what about online? Where does online fit into it? Because now we've moved forward at least 5 years in about 5 months. Yeah, especially with the way that not only young people but the older generation have had to embrace online, social media, just to be able to communicate and see what's happening. How does that fit into Carnival? Carnival next year will probably be back on the streets. Yeah. Hopefully everything goes well. Yeah, how does the online platform now fit in with your traditional Carnival, or how would you like to see it?
Well, it's got to be online at the moment, right? To what's going on, mm-hmm. You can't have the thousands of people there, so we're not sure how it's going to roll. But if it's online, we have to work with it this year. Mm-hmm. I will watch it. Try and watch it.
Are you playing on it?
No, I haven't been invited. Maybe Nasty Love, maybe the younger guys may do a little slot, but we have to embrace the technology this year. But it's only for 1 year. Next year, we'll be back on the road. Hopefully.
But next year, would you like to see the online fitted in with you guys playing live on the streets? So people.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Is that something that you would consider doing?
Yeah, I'll definitely consider that.
So you would set up your own kind of like virtual stream. Yeah. And stuff like that. I mean, I think it's a great thing that it's going online this year. I think that it is going to open up the Carnival brand to a lot of people who might have been hesitant to come to Carnival, especially from the outskirts of London. And I think also it's going to be a great advertisement to the world as to how good Notting Hill Carnival is for the people that have never been but wanted to go. So, that's my view on it, personally.
Gladdy Wax, are you going to embrace the online?
A little bit.
Because I know you're old school.
If it's helping, yes.
Yes.
I don't shun technology. If it's helping.
Yeah, and you'd like to see yourself streaming online, playing at the same time while you're...
I've done. That's what Boiler Room did. That they actually streamed.
Yeah, they did the Boiler Room.
The one, that was the... Yeah, so would you... So going forward, that for you would be something to think about.
Interesting. Did you get a lot of more interaction from when Boiler Room broadcasted it online that year? Did you see a kind of like spike in people interacting, sending you messages or anything like that at all for the sound system?
Not so much.
Right, okay.
It's still online, you can watch it. Yeah. So I suppose it is doing some...
I think the thing with that then is that everything went through Boiler Room and the sound system didn't really embrace how they should brand themselves as well as at the time. So your Facebook links, your Twitter links, your Instagram links and everything else, it was just Boiler Room, wasn't it? Right. Yeah. But I think they're going to be a bit more smarter now if that guys, before we finish, one of the questions that I asked everybody that comes on Set the Trend is...
They're not going to tell you how much money they make.
No, I'm not going to ask them that.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask them that. What legacy do you want to leave for Foreplay? So when Foreplay finishes, or when you guys hang up your gloves, what would you want your legacy to be for Carnival?
I mean, for Carnival, in the sense that, I want people to remember, where we played, what we played and what we brought, what the energy we brought to Carnival. And, hopefully they say, look, that was a good sound or, that played there. And whoever takes over that place or you hand on the baton onto continues that tradition that we started off 26 years ago.
Wow, 26 years. Wow. Gaffer?
30 years, Ray, is a long time. Not finished yet, and I've still got another 10 in me. So I am the legacy. So it's a lot of years, and I've known for playing good music, known for having a good team around us, top sound system sounding good, and delivering on both days, right? Important, So. Some people go on and sussa, boy, the man never really go on too tough. But there's always 2 days you need to deliver. Yeah. And that's the legacy. I want it. Nasty Rockers / Nasty Love. Play at the Carnival, Sunday and Monday, and deliver. Simple as that.
Gladdy?
Well, Notting Hill Carnival, thanks to them, in 2014 they gave me the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Salute.
Great Gladdy Wax.
So that's absolutely. like hinting at the kind of legacy I would leave. Yes, I'd like to leave with people saying, "Oh, he used to play some good music for us." It's like that.
You wouldn't know this, but many a time on my route up Portobello Road, going up to near, is it Goldhawk Road? Just before Goldhawk, you're on the kind of like right hand side. Goldhawk Road, sorry. And I've heard Gladdy Wax playing some tunes and stood up there, but unfortunately, the lady that I've been with has always said, "No, we want to go and skin out."
No revival.
But, no revival.
Yeah, but Revival's the original.
You've done it, and I have to say, every time I've gone past your sound system, which is what I want to say, is I've always heard a top tune. No nonsense, just a top tune.
We have good times on that corner, yeah. You can see the comments on Facebook.
Indeed.
Take my heart away.
Absolute legend.
Thanks, guys. I think this is very important for me, especially, and I think for a lot of people at Cycle. I think one of your legacies should be that your story is always told not only in between friends and families, but also to the wider world, because the input that you've given and what you've given to Carnival and what you've also given to the culture, because you also DJ outside of Carnival. You're probably playing out every other week or every weekend, in any case, DJing at other places to other people. So I think it's very important that these conversations carry on and the history is told. So thank you for being part of Set the Trend. Thank you for coming on Set the Trend podcast. This is a Carnival special, online Carnival special.
Yeah, for Notting Hill Carnival.
Celebrating 50 odd years of Carnival, and I'll be watching it online. I've been a reveller and I've been a DJ, thanks to Nasty Love, who has invited me to be on there a few times to DJ. So it does mean a lot. But thank you guys for coming in and sharing your experience. Wow. Salute to the generals. Salute to the generals.
Nasty Love.
Thanks a lot. Wow. So there we have it. That's what I get. The legendary Gladdy Wax, the legendary Gaffer Blue, and the legendary Major from 4Play Sounds from Carnival. It's a Set the Trend special. It's an online Carnival special. Make sure that you log into the Carnival and watch it this year, August 2020. Until then, we'll see you. Bye.
Peace.
Yeah? Thanks a lot, guys.
Time flies so quickly. I mean, oh my God, I want to ask so many more questions. Sorry?
It goes quick, innit?